Good evening, and I love you. We are in the second full moon of Capricorn, which is astounding. So the way it goes, you know what? I get so ahead of myself. Let me shuffle these cards, and I'll do it again, I'm sure, a zillion times. But first, we're going to breathe real quick together so we can all calm down. How about that? I usually have a bowl, but I didn't grab a bowl. We're going to run through a quick reading for the collective, and I'm going to give you a goddess oracle card for each and every sign, because what's going on right now is a big deal, and I just want to show up and give you some love and exchange some information so that we can all do the do together. So, I don't have a bowl, but let's go ahead and close our eyes for a second, open our hands. Take a big breath in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth. Take another big breath in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth so you can hear it. One more. Relax your shoulders. Let your eyes giggle. Ready? In through your nose. And out through your mouth. Take your left hand and put it on your chest. Take your right hand and put it on your left. Say, I love you to your body. That beautiful body that shows up every day. Breathe in, heart pumping, systems moving in support of your highest fun and good and evolution. Say, I love you. Then say, I love you to this beautiful earth around us. Also showing up every day in support of our evolution, feeding us what we need. I love you. And then say, I love you to all it is, to the greater power of your understanding. I love you. Always present, all pun intended, always gifting, always allowing, yes. And let's do one more, just for fun. Ready? Big breath in through your nose. And let it go out through your mouth. And if you haven't already, open your eyes. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. You got new energy and new love up in your body now. Yes, so let's talk about what's going on. Okay, so the way it usually works is there's one new moon and one full moon per sign, per lunation cycle. And the reason this is a big deal is because the moon has a whole lot to do with our well-being. It has a whole lot to do with our overall health. You know that the moon influences all of the water and the tides on planet Earth, right? Well, just like the Earth is 72% water, so is your body. Yes. So, the fact that this is the second full moon in Capricorn is a really big deal. Any full moon, any new moon is a big deal. But right now, with this one, this full moon is really drawing our attention to better alignment in our life. Most of us probably feel like we are probably getting some pretty stern alignment, which the way I look at that is, would you rather have something put you on track and kind of put you on track and kind of give you an understanding of where you're going? Or would you rather just be like, boom, this is where you need to go, right? And that's what's happening right now with the stuff going on in our lives. I heard someone the other day said that they received a life blow. Well, I'm not so sure anything can be a life blow if you were willing to give whatever's going on in your body or in your being or in your life the allowance that with better alignment, you can make it better. So really, we're always receiving better alignment. We're always receiving more information. The kicker is that most of us humans have an understanding that when it gets uncomfortable or unfamiliar or it feels really out of our control, or like it might not go the way we want, or like we're going to lose what we have or not get what we want, then you start to say we're receiving life blows, right? Things are not going well. But what if we decided that no matter what is coming down the pike, especially if we understood that this is the time of course alignment, that this is, I'm throwing these cards. Let me do this one again without, well, we're going to take that one. I usually take the top and the bottom, so let's go for one more. Goodness. All right, there we are. What if we understood, accepted, allowed? Those are the words I'm looking for. What if we decided to allow that everything that's happening is for our highest good, and that it's our job to change our perspective to receive whatever's happening to us? That maybe maybe we're receiving some news that says that like we have to change our belief system about something, that the way that we're believing about it, the way that we're operating about it is no longer beneficial. Or maybe it's about our behavior. Oftentimes when we're having stuff going on in our body, it's about our behavior, right? But specifically right now with this Capricorn new moon, full moon, what's being illuminated is how we need to exercise more discipline, how we need to grow up a little, how we need to stay on the path, and how we need to work hard. Capricorn is the sign of discipline. It's the goat that's going to go up the hill, and it's going to go up the goat. It's going to go up the mountain no matter what. And it's not going to take the stuff it doesn't need. It's only going to take the things that it is able to carry up that arduous climb with it. So with that, we are being shown what's not working for us. And see, when I say these things, and it might sound like I'm speaking in code, what I mean is, if a relationship is not working, right? It's not, oh, this is horrible, it's not working. It is an opportunity for better alignment for you, for the other person. It might mean a change in one person's behavior, both people's behavior, but if nothing else, every single thing that happens in our lives that's not going our way or making us hurt or feels uncomfortable or causes pain or discomfort in our body can be aligned, allowed, healed, removed. I don't want to use the word removed. It can be healed, aligned, allowed with our better alignment. So if there's something going on in our body, chances are that we, number one, have at least a belief system that is allowing some kind of wonky beliefs in our headspace that we've kept there long enough, that have probably affected our behaviors at this point, both our behaviors with other people and our behaviors with our own body. Haha, yeah. And so at this point, that's either working for us or it's not. And so if it's not, we are feeling where it's not. We are seeing where it's not. And so we're being given the opportunity to let go of the way that we're doing things and the way that we're thinking about things, and show up with more discipline, more integrity, and more honor to stay on the path for our own evolution. So these cards that I pulled for us, interesting. They say that the overall theme for us that is presenting is the Four of Cups, which means things are not exactly looking like we would have them look. We're kind of looking out thinking the grass could be greener on the other side. This isn't exactly what I designed. This isn't exactly what I hoped for. But in that, usually this card is saying to us that if we are able to receive what's being given to us, we can turn it in to more of that which we desire. If nothing else, you encourage the flow and the momentum of the universe to give you more of what you want when you get really excited about the things that are coming to you that you do like. And the more that you can decide that there's that one little bit in it that you do like maybe he's looking out there and he's like, oh, I did not want this to happen, but that's pretty. And then really focuses on that one thing that's pretty. Then you are encouraging more momentum and inertia, which gives you become a better focal point to attract more of what you want more of. That's the physics on planet Earth. That's the energy on planet Earth. That's just how it works, okay? So that's not mumbo jumbo. That's not a theory. If you understand the physics on planet Earth and that everything is energetic and it's in here before I build anything in my hands, it has to be an idea in my head. Before it takes up space in my body, it has to be an idea in my head. It has to take up space in my heart, okay? So it's really important to understand that that's a really big deal, right? So the energy presenting for us to work with is the Ace of Cups. This is beautiful. This is saying that we get the opportunity for new love, new connection, new things blossoming. This might mean that we are seeing things in a brand new way. We get to connect to things in a new way. Not sure what yet, right? And the energy that we're feeling is that the Five of Pentacles. And it's interesting. So the Five of Pentacles feels like you're sitting outside. It's these two monks are sitting outside and they feel like they have nothing, like they're absolutely starving. It's raining and it's cold. But if you look behind them, there's a monastery. They could go there and it's like, really, it's not raining there. It's all shiny. The sun is shining on it. So this tells us that we feel like we're on the outside. We feel like we're kind of stuck out, but that we could go up and receive help. And it tells us that the energy that we should embody is the Eight of Cups. So in this cup, she's walking away from what she knows. She's going to begin a new, it's a spiritual quest. It's a spiritual pilgrimage. It's the authentic embrace of self. It is letting go of, you see, she's dropping these clothes and she's going to walk into this like cave. But if you look closely, the cave is lined with these goddess statues that are lit, holding torches. You know, it's not a scary place. It might be foreign. Let's say it's foreign. It's not scary. It's definitely different. And because most of us don't walk away from everything that we think and that we feel like we're cut off and we're from the outside, and this, you know, this being on the outside becomes such a big deal that most of us feel like to get reconnected, we got to go get back with the crew, we got to go get back in that place. But really truly connection comes once we take this pilgrimage of the soul into the space where we go to meet our own self, and walk away from this other stuff going on. And then the outcome of that, interestingly enough, is the Three of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So the Three of Pentacles says that we're able to show up with our gifts and put them to work on a daily basis. That we are mastering our trade, mastering our skills. And this is a hippo hunting ritual, which is pretty much just like, you know, it's chaotic. There's a lot going on in this that it means... it's strength, it's passion, it's also uproar, it's chaos, it's, what's the word I'm looking for? What is the word? There's always words in the books that I don't use, that I always like sometimes. Necessary change, but definitely a lot of change is not comfortable. It is, let me get a better word for you. Let me get a better word. What does it say? Chaos, yes. But see what the positive is. You know, what's the bigger picture? It says a rekindling of passion and purpose in this chaos. So it's dangerous. It's uncertain and it's unstable. And but it's necessary. And it's definitely part of overall change, which is what's going on Earth right now. So if we ask for, me and these cards today, An energy to embody. That's awesome. The energy for us to embody, for us to walk forward and to feel, to carry with us is the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is about as certain of her ability to manifest as one could be. That's who she is. She's the queen of bringing forth into the real world. She's the wisdom with the owl behind her. Look at that. The ancient knowing and balance with the lotus. She's nursing a baby. She's loaded. She's got the gold. She's on the lily pads. You know, she is knowing. She's in firm, balanced command of herself and of her queendom and of her ability to bring forth what she desires. So if we put these cards all together, it says to me that we might be looking out in front of what is going on in front of our face. And it might feel like we're on the outside and we are not going to be able to connect, that we're stuck out. The solution doesn't seem to be presenting. But what is presenting is a brand new way to look at things. A brand new love, brand new energy, should we choose it. And if we should choose to take the time to step away from the chaos and into the own learning of self and into the own relationship with self, then we can have the outcome of being who we want to be, bringing forth what we want to bring forth, putting our gifts and our skills to work on a daily basis. And the thing is, understanding that the chaos on earth right now is part of the necessary change. That does not have to. Notice that these two cards are together. That's really kind of cool, because it's cool that this is saying we get to put our stuff together into play, into practice on a daily basis. Okay. This is all about daily maintenance. This is about showing up every day to keep working forward, learning to use your abilities and your skills and your tasks in a cohesive way, right? While this is going on, right? Necessary change. We're not going to be able to stop the world from spinning chaotically around us. It's not going to happen. And newsflash, it's going to happen more. It's going to get louder and more crazy around us for the next little while. So this is really, really, really the time where you decide, hey, you know what? This is when I go forth and find me. And then I bring my gifts forth into my daily life. Ooh. And then I become who I want to be. I start to understand that I have a part in this play, right? Because, oh my gosh, I just lost what I was going to say. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner condition, okay? So as you go into that abyss to find yourself, and the words that are coming to me is make right with the reckoning. Ooh, that's a big sentence. Wow. Make right with the reckoning. Your world gets smoother. I'm thinking as I'm saying that because, so Capricorn was traditionally, and I hesitate to say this because this is old astrology, the sign of the father. Cancer is the sign of the mother, right? So right now, between these Capricorn full moons, we're really feeling like that hard fatherly energy. So what many in the collective are experiencing right now is if they had a tumultuous relationship with their mother or a disconnect with their mom or didn't feel that fundamental connection with their mother when they were little, like all of us came from a mother, obviously that's how we work. We are mammals on planet Earth. But if we didn't have that fundamental connection and that balance, especially certain times in our lives, which are fundamental building blocks for how we connect to ourselves and our source and our surroundings as we get older, and how we nurture or don't nurture ourselves, right? Then we're really feeling it right now, smashed between these Capricorn full moons with the absence of the Cancer full moon. Okay, makes sense? This astrological energy, dynamics, and energy presented always translates into the living bodies, be it the living planets and our living bodies. And manifest in our lives. So if you're showing up to your life and you're not numb, you're feeling the feels, you know? And especially if you are in that, I just feel that's a really big, that's a big learning curve for humanity right now. Let's say it that way. There you are. The two themes I feel like this moon is presenting greatly is where you at with the relationship with your mom. That's one of them. And where are you at with the calling of your life? Like, are you showing up to honor the, are you showing up to do the work? Are you showing up to do the work? And I feel like I have something, I think when I know how to click, I'm geeking. When one of my hairs falls out and then it like falls from here to here to here, it tickles me the whole way down. Okay, let me just kirk out for a second, then I'll be good. There we go. So, that's presenting in all of our lives, and it doesn't feel gentle. The absence of the Cancer full moon makes us feel like things are not gentle. And so I share that because it's really important to be gentle with yourselves right now. It's really important to be kind to yourselves. It's also really important to be kind to your fellow human. Everyone's going through it, some more than others. Some are more competent at dealing with their feelings than others. Some of them have never felt their feelings before. I was that human. I had never felt my feelings before. Are you kidding me? Feelings were scary for a really long time. I didn't dare feel my feelings. I built a great big strong body so that I didn't have to feel my feelings, and I could just scare you to get too close to me so you would leave me alone, and I could stay in my own little scary fortress filled with muscles, and you'd be like, damn, and I'd be like, yeah, So I get it, but it's not that day for me anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and pull an oracle card for each sign for this Capricorn full moon, for this Capricorn full moon, so we can give a little bit of love to you, okay? I'm pulling from my lovely goddess deck. For those who are new to my readings, I love this deck, and I always use this deck for males and females, and I guess anything in between now. I don't say that to be a jerk, I'm being serious. What I mean is I think that we have enough, we have a lot, let me say that, of sacred masculine energy on earth right now. Not the most healed sacred masculine. We have conquering, damaged sacred masculine energy. Just my opinion, babies. Okay? But what we could use is more of the healed divine feminine energy. You see, each and every human has both. Each and every creature on planet Earth has sacred masculine, divine feminine part. As much of the doing has to be married by the being. As much as we go perform, we have to shut down and recover, right? I mean, if you're an athlete, I've been giving this analogy a lot lately in those I've been working with. If you are a high performance race car, you have to pit stop a lot. You have to get your pit crew to come out and service your car a lot. You got to check your tires, you got to get new gas, you got to do whatever. I'm not even a car person, right? You can't just keep running laps as fast as you can go with no fuel, no tires. I know that much, right? Well, it's that time on planet Earth, right? You have to marry with your pit crew. Who's your pit crew? How are you servicing your vehicle? How are you taking care of your body? How are you taking care of your relationships? Are you showing up for yourself? It's that time, and we're being shown where we are not. And you can take those things that are happening and say, oh, wow, okay, this is divine alignment. Just got punched in the gut. I say, I got bitch slapped by spirit today. I got bitch slapped by spirit this morning. I do. That's exactly what I say. And you know what? I'm not mad about it. It just is like, I'm so glad I heard that. Thank you. Now I can change my alignment. Now I can make a better choice that honors my soul better, right? Instead of being like, oh, this happened. This sucks. It doesn't have to suck. So it wasn't your choice. That's what you mean. That's what you really mean. What you really mean is it wasn't your choice. It's terribly uncomfortable. And you have no fucking experience in this matter. No fucking idea how it'll come out. Correct? Yes. Well, welcome to the shit show on planet Earth. It's called humanity. None of us know. The only authentic answer is, I don't know. There's no way you could. You've never been exactly who you are in this moment, in this time, with this experience, right this second. And it changes that fast. So there's no way you could know. So pretending you do know is silly. It's better to just be like, kid-like. See? Enter the gates of heaven in a childlike manner. You gotta show up like, I don't know. Let me gather information. I've never been who I am. But I'm sure that the outcome will be positive, and I'm sure I will be provided all I need, and I'm sure that this is for my highest good, and I'm sure I don't have all the information, so I should not frame it one way or the other. Do you hear all the permission given there? Beautiful, yes? Let's go, Aries. I got you. You ready? Wow, okay. You got 2 cards. I can't do that. You know what? I'm pulling the top. I'm going to stay with it because we're pulling the top card. We're doing 1 card for every sign because I still got to get off here and cook. Are you ready? Woo! Okay. We have Hera, Alliance, number 20. She's upside down. Upside down. So, number 20, number 2 is duality. It's also partnership, okay? So this could have to do with partnership with yourself, with all that is around you. Let's just see what she has to say. Aries, independent Aries. Okay, there is a feeling of unease that sets in when you are in an unhealthy power dynamic with another person. As a result, you may compete with you may compete with and blame others for your discomfort, just as the goddess Hera did when faced with evidence of the many betrayals of her husband Zeus, king of the gods of Olympus. Like she did, you might even stand up for someone who abuses their power to avoid seeing your own role in perpetuating the myth that you need to be a certain way to be accepted or valued. You may think the benefits of your willful blindness outweigh the price you're paying, but Hera knows this will not serve you as an empowered, sovereign person. Fear and denial make you a potent hypnosis. A potent hypnosis. Let's just start this sentence again, okay? Fear and denial make for a potent hypnosis, one that's passed down generation to generation. No one chooses this dynamic intentionally. You may have stayed in a disrespectful relationship because you felt the alliance served you in some way, such as giving you security or status. Hera wants you to be aware that these traits in yourself and be empowered in your own right, not through attaching yourself to the dominant power for a false sense of safety. Stand tall and choose collaborative partnerships with deep mutual respect and encouragement. Don't chase what's popular or who will make you look good that won't last. Look for equality and see yourself as worthy. Ask yourself, who would I be without this dynamic person situation? Your alignment task is to open your eyes and choose another way. Belong to yourself and align with the great goddess pulsing through your heart and the whole world. She is the one with the real power. So a few things real quick here. Reading this, I feel like, Aries, for you, that it's you choosing you. You may not have chosen this dynamic intentionally to not pay attention with yourself, a disrespectful relationship with yourself, because the alliance served you some way. Maybe that's how you were raised, but it's not working anymore. And so that question, who would I be without this person power situation? How about asking yourself, Aries, who would I be if I allowed myself to become who I want to be? Ooh, therein lies the question for you. Okay, one more thing. Aries, thank you for letting me read for you. I love you. I'm on fire tonight. One more thing. Because I have good news and I'm a Capricorn, you guys, and I'm rising up to what I'm supposed to be doing. My son and I have big news tomorrow. We did some really big stuff today, and it is incredible, and I'm really excited for us, and I can't wait to share. Anyway, when you're listening to these signs, when you're listening to these cards, there are 3 ways you can interpret them. You can listen to them from your sun sign, which is the sign that all of you probably know. And then you can listen to them from your rising sign and your moon sign. So if you're not familiar, you can find that out online. If you really want to know what's going on with your chart, you can send me a direct message and we can do a reading. And we can tell you all about who you are written in the stars. Very cool. Coffee. All right, we're reading for Taurus. So it doesn't stain my insides. All right. Mama Ochoa, number 33. And she's upside down for me. So 3 and 3 is 6. 6 is a really nice balance for... It's a circle. It feels like spiritual balance. Maybe it's time to get in the circle. Let's see. Taurus, the message for you is overwhelm and empathy overload has opened up a tidal wave of emotion that feels like it's threatening to engulf you. Feelings are unruly now, and you may discover that it's difficult to control them as you project their shadowy fears onto the screen of your life. The goddess Mama Ochoa, I'm not quite sure how we say that just right. I really should find out before I get on here. But there's like 52 of these gals, if you know what I mean, okay? Mama Q, we'll call her that. Says your task now is to detach, step back, and allow your feelings to pass through you like water without judgment or disapproval. Let your fears be washed away with self-love and understanding. The world can be a chaotic place, and uncertainty can create instability where people will act out in incomprehensible ways. Move to higher ground. Say no to engaging and wait. Now is the time to respond when you feel ready, rather than react in the heat of the moment. Let the goddess, Mama Q, waters of life hold you up and surround you like the fluid did in your mother's womb. Let love be that water. That makes me think of this for you, Taurus. When my girls were little and they would get upset, I would say to them, hey, talk to mommy, tell me what's going on. And I would say, your feelings are right and your words are free. And what that meant was you're allowed to feel any way you want to feel. We're going to talk about it. Please put it out there. And you're allowed to use any words you want to use. So like you get to say, you're stupid, I hate you, and shit. Right? Because, you know, they weren't allowed to say bad words, right? But they were allowed to use any language to describe their situation during that time while they were venting, and that whatever they were feeling was right. And I share that because your feelings are coming to you for a reason. They are your divine messaging system. They are the beacons trying to cue you and clue you into what's going on with you. So let yourself listen. Let them flow through you like this water they speak of. Let them flow through you and then from you. Get in water, maybe. Take baths, especially with Epsom salt. It's surprisingly calming. Get in bodies of water if you can. Cry. Allow the emotion to get in the water, the sentient, beautiful, empathetic water, and allow it to leave your body. And don't judge your feelings as you do that in the process, and then you'll feel better. Doesn't mean it'll change the situation, but you'll feel better. Reading for Gemini. Athena, knowledge, also upside down. Alignment message for Gemini, number 5. Gemini, massive change. You do have a lot of change, Gemini. You've had a lot of massive stuff going on in your sign. Every sign's really under process, we'll say. But you really have had a lot going on. So Gemini, sometimes logic just isn't enough to determine the truth of your situation. Ha 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 ha. That's funny reading that to a Gemini. Gemini, you are a Mercury powered planet. You like logic. You like to discern using your brain, right? But we are coming into the age on Earth where you will learn and discern using this engine right here. This is the computer. So sometimes logic just isn't enough to determine the truth of your situation. Right now, things don't add up or make sense, so you may find yourself distrustful. Ingenuity and curiosity are called for as you face the unknown. Don't jump to conclusions. All of the information has yet to be revealed, and it won't come by force, no, by overthinking or overanalyzing. Athena offers you the alignment task of releasing any projected story or expectations and accepting that you don't have all the facts needed to make an informed choice. Ask for clarity, remain open and receptive, then wait for the will of the divine to respond. This is the correct and most beneficial strategy now, and the goddess Athena is ever present to help. So if you listen to that right there, I think it's telling you that it's time to start practice receiving. If you're new to meditation, I love introducing people to meditation. And whenever I say that, they always look at me like this. I'm not talking about laka. So I would start with this. Check it out. There's this lady, if you Google, I say that word. If you search is what I meant to say. Notice how I've replaced the word search in Google. If you search children's meditations on YouTube, I can't remember the name of the meditation of the company that makes them. But anyway, there's these lovely children's meditations on there, and I say start there because she has this wonderful voice, like the sweetest little, I just love my flower, like the sweetest grandma that you just, I don't know, maybe you had her, maybe you didn't, but anyway, she sounds like this perfect grandma voice, and she just tells the story, and it just makes you go, and it's super chill and relaxing, and you don't have to like think big and try to be big, and so it's very nice and calming. So if you are new to meditation or just wanting to calm down or sleep better, because the space you set at night will be the space you wake up in the new day. Some of you are learning, if you watch these things the whole way through, you learn a whole lot. So wherever you turn off your engine at night, I say it's like a little drummer. It's like ching, 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 right? And if he's like, ching, when you wake up in the morning, he's like, ching. He's going to resume exactly where you were, thinking the same stuff, okay? So you want to turn off at night in a space that you want to wake up in the day. So meditation is a great way to make yourself go to sleep in a nice spot. So if you're new to meditation, go again to YouTube, check out children's meditations, listen to this lovely lady tell you a story, and fall in love with the process. All right, Cancer. Cancer, what is with all these cards? This is a lot of inverted cards. Ishtar, communion, upside down. 2 and 3 is 5. Oh, if you guys wonder what I'm talking about when I say that, there's a number in the corner. I'm just giving you a off the top little numerology of numbers. 5 is change. So 5 is like the spokes on a wheel, right? And it's going to just circle around and change. So Cancer, Ishtar says, when you refuse to see the signs, it can ultimately take you down a path you don't really want to be on. When red flags indicate something is not quite right, it's not a sign to jump in with both feet. It says this is not for you. This is not yet. This is not to be revealed. If you choose to move forward stubbornly, you could find yourself back in an old lesson you'd rather not face again. When you are attached to an outcome and unable to see another option, you might say, the oracle said this was not in my best interest, but I'm going to do it anyway. And the truth is, the goddess Ishtar is offering this alignment task for you now. Trust that the wisdom in the universe will provide with perfect form, but in divine timing. This means you might have to wait for a while. Reconnect to your partnership with the goddess and trust that you will not be left behind. This connection is at the core of everything. So probably a rough time for Cancers right now since they're not getting their full moon. You know what I mean? You're not getting your release. And Cancer, by the way, is the sign of the mother. It's the sign of the home. It's a sign of nurture, connection, balance, all of that. Like I said in the beginning, if you're joining me now, once we're finished and you hear your signs, go back and watch the beginning. Listen to the stuff I said about this full moon. I should probably slow down and not talk so fast. Some people read my lips and I forget I need to put the captioning on, and some people watch as English in a second language. So let me slow down. I'm excited. I'm a Capricorn. I'm supercharged with this energy. I'm that goat. Like, those of you who know me, you're like, whoa, she's in her element. I'm that goat. I love to climb uphill. In fact, like, you see those, and I'm a Sagittarius rising. So, you see those pictures of like the crazy goat that's like jumping off the side of the cliff and he looks like he's jumping into like nothing, but he makes it. That's me. Yeah, we're going for it. So, anyway, it's rough time for Cancer right now because they don't have that cushy spot. But just like this, interesting that you pulled that card because the astrology for you, Cancer, is giving you a free pass to exit your current circumstances. Meaning, most every other sign, we've made our choices. We're pretty solidified in our stuff right now. It's really not time to try to change our trajectories and our relationships and our choices. We're pretty much like, this is more like time to look around at what you have, make a better appraisal, and really take stock and put good use of your resources. Like, really, that's what time it is on Earth for the rest of us. But Cancer, you are the only one that, just like the sign said, if the red flags are appearing, you are very much being given the free pass to exit and start over. So I take it. This is the craziest thing ever. That's so weird. They're like so not all upside down or right side up. And we have another inverted card. Leo, you're number 9, Capricorn potential. She's upside down, so you have an alignment message. She is beautiful. 9, here's the good news for you, Leo. Number 9 is the understanding. It's not the completion of a cycle. That's 10. But number 9 is when you done did the do. So you do understand what's going on. You have the experience. If you allow yourself to go with the flow being presented to you, you have what you need. You have done the time, so to speak. And we're entering your season around the corner here. So let's see what she has to say. When you become complacent in your comfort zone, oh God, we don't want a Leo complacent in their comfort zone. You're born to be on stage, to roar your mighty roar. When you become complacent in your comfort zone, you run the risk of never moving forward beyond where you are. Your true potential remains dormant and inaccessible. This may feel like vague boredom and envy of others, or an anxiety accompanied by a sense of low self-worth, reinforced by habit, or an addiction to feeling like life will never be amazing for you, and it's amazing for everyone but you. Or in so many cases, it's just been trained into you after generation upon generation of repression and conformity. The goddess Capricorn comes to remind you that it's time to course correct. Your alignment task is to turn this around by releasing all judgment towards yourself and others and reclaiming those dreams you seem to have lost. Write down those dreams and set your intentions. It's a full moon. Do that. Then look in the mirror, imagining what you're looking into Capricorn's transformative cauldron, and say them out loud as if they have already happened. You are so much more than you allow yourself to be. Only good will come of your growth. Your dreams and cherished desires are important to the divine. The way is simple and profound. Just say yes with gratitude in your heart, and the goddess Capricorn will lead you to discover your highest good. You can do that, Leo, because it's easy for you to step into your heart if you get out of your head. If you're a Leo in your head, nobody wants to be around you anyway, because you're supposed to be here to roar that mighty roar and to step into your heart. You're the heart sign. We all need that. You know, all of us, like the whole zodiac, needs everybody to do their part, and everybody would be a better place. Like this whole, by the way, the age of Aquarius does not mean when you get everybody to conform to what makes you happy and doesn't rock your boat. The age of Aquarius is where you understand that everybody we came to play the way we want to play, and you have to just find who you want to play with and how you want to play. For most people, that's more challenging than you think, because the truth is most of us don't really know who we are, what we want, and how we want to play. We've been too busy paying attention to what's wrong and the problem and reacting to what we don't want more of. So when someone gets in our face and is like, hey, Virgo, someone gets in our face and is like, hey, what do you want? What do you want to put your efforts and your attention on? And we're like, but did you hear that? This happened? Interesting, we humans. Just got the same card. Communion, Ishtar, upside down, 23 for Virgo. Let's read it again. Different messages come each time. When you refuse to see the signs, Virgo, it can ultimately take you down a path you really don't want to be on. When red flags indicate something's not quite right, it's not a sign to jump in with both feet. It says this is not for you, this is not yet, this is to be revealed. If you choose to move forward stubbornly, you could find yourself back in an old lesson you'd rather not face again. When you are attached to an outcome and unable to see another option, you might say, the oracle said this wasn't in my best interests, but I'm going to do it anyway. The truth is that the goddess Ishtar is offering the alignment task for you now. Trust that the wisdom in the universe will provide with perfect form, but in divine timing. This means you might have to wait for a while. Reconnect to your partnership with the goddess and trust that you will not be left behind. This connection is at the core of everything. I was feeling for you, Virgo, that, you know, if things are repetitive in your life, if you have repetitive cycles happening to you, that is the sign that you haven't learned the lesson. That's the only way that works like that. It's not that, like, spirit hates you or you just keep falling in the muck. It's that you keep showing up as the same person with the same beliefs and the same behaviors. So you're going to be the same focal point for the universe. You're going to keep attracting the same thing. So if you want to make change, you have to make change inside you. And then the change in front of your face will align. Does that make sense? All right, Libra. Sling cards. Yay! Libra, you're right side up. Welcome to the party. What number are we on right there? She's number 50. So we're also in change. White buffalo calf woman, reverence. Oh, what a beautiful card right now. For those who don't know, there was a white buffalo calf born, I want to say in Yellowstone Park, right? And it is understood to be fulfilling the prophecy of white buffalo calf woman, which is a Native American prophecy. The white buffalo calf with black eyes and a black nose and black hooves being born is the equivalent in their cultures of Jesus coming to some of the Christian cultures. So, Libra, white buffalo calf woman says, now is the time to view your old world through a lens of peace, harmony, and reconciliation. The domain of the Lakota goddess, white buffalo calf woman. It's time to leave the right, wrong, good, bad, zero-sum game world behind and enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guile and negotiating from a desire that benefits everyone. That makes me want to cry. You will be so glad you did. Take a humble yet grounded approach to your life right now. Only good will come of it. The goddess white buffalo calf woman supports this way of being in the world. For those that were, we will just do that. There we go. Okay, for those who were here from the beginning, that to me also is in harmony with putting these two together. Understanding that everything's coming to us in divine timing. Should we choose to see it as a gift? Should we choose to work on ourselves and go into that inner sepulcher, that cave where we get to know who we are and what we're about? We can create that space first inside ourselves and then bring it forth where we can see the world through the lens of peace, harmony, and reconciliation. Once we can leave the good, the bad, the right and the wrong, and the zero-sum game alone in our own heart, we find we can do it for others in front of us. When we're holding others hostage in front of ourselves, it is a sheer sign that we're doing the same to ourselves. So, what a beautiful reading for you, Libra. That probably should be right on time for Libras. Libra's a nice, balanced, beautiful sign. It is the scales of balance. So, beautiful card for you. Thank you. Virgo, I love you too. I hope I didn't sound harsh to you. I just mean if you're in a repetitive cycle, you know, at this point, especially smashed between two Capricorn full moons, just say thank you. Just say thank you. Take the whoop and show up, okay? Reading for Scorpio. Good gracious, another upside down. Mat. She is the goddess of truth. Number 30. It says trust. So, number 30, upside down. 3 is a catalyst for change. 3 can show up and change its environment while remaining unchanged itself. Scorpio, you're like that. It's your, I would say, one of your gifts that you can see into the deepest, darkest corners of the closet and not have to, you can remain unscathed. You have the ability to do that. Okay, so she says the law of karma states that everything comes into balance sooner or later. So trust that in the greater story of your life, all wrongs will get righted. I don't know how close that was, if you could see. There you are. The goddess Mot appears with her scales of justice and feather of truth to remind you that you are seeing only one moment in time. The balance of events tips both ways until it comes into coherence with the harmony of the universe. Regardless of this natural rebalancing, it's time to speak up if you see injustice in your world. Mot says in order for you to be truly free, everyone must be free. She offers you the alignment task of considering where you may have hurt someone else and how your unconscious projection of how the world should be may have set you up for a transgression, even if you were innocent. This is a time of great unraveling, and nothing meaningful will be accomplished without some effort. Another message for you is to see behind the words of others, especially when you feel they may be withholding truth or acting without awareness. It's important not to enable this. Tell the truth with as much love as you can, even through denial, even though denial may be swept away in an awkward moment where everyone feels exposed. It's an important way to move forward with compassion. The goddess Mot reminds you that she is a champion for those willing to course correct and give you her full support. So this makes me think, especially for you, Scorpio, to me, Scorpio is really good at keeping themselves on the outside circle. They're not connected like Cancer, kind of aloof. And so if you've put yourself on the outside circle of circumstances, situations, relationships, and now you're feeling like you're disconnected, then you may have, and maybe you just thought you were doing the right thing. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe you thought that person was overtasked or overwhelmed, or you didn't want to be a burden or something like that. But then you inadvertently set yourself up for a transgression where now you feel disconnected. Does that make sense? That's what I'm feeling for you, Scorpio. So Scorpio, come out of the outer fringes and into the circle. Let yourself be seen. Let yourself be known. Let yourself get loved on. Ooh. All right, Sagittarius. Look at us moving through the zodiac. All right, Sag, what you got? Here we go. Sagittarius, score. We're right side up. Okay, number 6, bent side chin. And it's beauty. And then 6, again, we're talking here a circle of spiritual balance. This is good stuff for Sag. Okay, Sagittarius. Quite can't compare us. I didn't have a rhyme. All right, let's see here. Bent side 10, you are at your most lovely when you are being yourself. The Japanese goddess of beauty, Bensai Ten, reminds you that knowing, accepting, and honoring yourself as a spiritual being in a physical body requires self-care. Now is the time to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power in every aspect of your life. If you can commit to doing that, you will be amazed at how much more beauty arises to greet you. Open your eyes to the wonder everywhere, even in the most unexpected places. Beauty waits to be discovered. Consider this before you turn away from a person, a place, or a thing. Beauty is everywhere. It's your time to find it. And the goddess Bensai 10 will help you. That's beautiful for Sagittarius, because I'll tell you what, Sagittarius, you're all about the adventure. You're all about that feeling that I am oh, it's so good, and it's going to be better than before, and I want better, more, right? Insatiable appetite, Sagittarius. I ain't busting, I'm a Sag rising. I get it, right? But we can really get out of whack, right? And right now, what time it is in the astrology for Sagittarius is getting out of that crazy life where you pull the rug out from under yourself with the next best thing. It's going to be the next best thing. It's going to be the next best thing amazing. And it's not, right? And actually creating some stability and letting, for once, stability becoming, ooh, sexy, erotic, safe. Oh, that's so sexy. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's not sexy. It's not erotic. It's not beautiful when the bottom keeps falling out and we don't keep knowing, you don't know who you are and shit keeps like getting upside down. So the astrology for Sag right now says, slow it down, Sag. You might have thought that, that running, let's go back to the race car analogy. You might have thought that racing your race car into the sides of the facility was fun before, but that shit's not going to fly. Now, just like this says, you have to support yourself by surrounding yourself with beauty and choosing to see its power. You need a pit crew, and you have to choose to develop some stability and safety in your life to continue to reap and create the beauty. Yes? Y'all let me know after you listen to your sign how it sits with you. Does it resonate as the truth? Does it feel like the truth? I'm always interested. I throw them all. I can apply them afterwards. I'll tell you after I'm done reading, but I put them all on my sign. So like that's my rising sign. Do I need to honor myself as a spiritual being and find beauty? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I need right now. So now we're going to read for my ascendant Capricorn, and the sign that's really getting lit up right now with all this stuff. Capricorn, you got Pluto coming back in your sign one more time for its final spin in your sign, and then we're done with this mess. Reading for Capricorn. All right, let's see here. Right side up. Thank God. Look at that. We got our Cancer complement. Demeter, it says nurture, and it's number 11. So 1 and 1 makes 2. 2 again, duality, partnership. I'm feeling partnership for self. I'm feeling with this card, we need to learn that we're Capricorn and we're being heavily aspected, and we will have more massive aspects until the end of the year. We are still rebirthing and reshifting and shaping more than any other sign. It's still going to happen. No sense trying to decide who you really want to be. Your identity is going to change. Your work could change. Who you think you are is going to change one more time before the end of the year. So it's important, I think, to be compassionate and to nurture ourselves through that change. So she says, giving to others is a wonderful feeling. When you have a healthy sense of yourself, you want to share your love, your inspiration, and your experience, and the exchange feels clean. Your boundaries are fluid yet strong. The Greek goddess of grain, motherhood, and the harvest, Demeter, reminds you that a harvest is meant to be shared. You've now tapped into her nurturing love, which is abundant, and your well-meaning gestures will be received with gratitude and in some way returned to you tenfold. Now is the time to nourish yourself too. Forgiving must be balanced by receiving. Allow yourself to feel how the universe is like a wonderful, nurturing mother that is always there when you need her. Demeter says to trust that you are loved and cared for all day, every day, and for all time, especially now. I love this. I'm feeling as a Capricorn just that. I'm called to rise up and share the balance and the harmony that I have with others in my community, and to be of service, to carry the message. So that card resonates with me. That's a beautiful card, especially for hardworking Capricorn. Aquarius. Oof, oof. Aquarius, this is completely appropriate. You have Morgana. She's number 37, Death and Magic, and she was upside down. So you have 3 and 7 is 10. Okay, Aquarius, you're really under process right now. I totally understand that. You got Pluto coming into your sign. Things are really being redefined for you. So this card, number 10, is at the end of a cycle. This is when I feel for Aquarius, it's best to let go of the old ways right now and let them die. Because that's what Pluto's going to do in your sign anyway. Pluto's going to burn it all to the ground. Yo, shorty. Pluto was just here for 16 freaking years. Almost 17. Guess what happened on the precipice for me of Pluto coming into my sign? I got sober. Pluto burned everything to the ground for me. I share that because it's a rebirth of something new. Go back to the beginning of this little broadcast and watch it again and understand that all you're being presented with, should you choose to see it that way, is for your highest good. So she says magic is everywhere and in all aspects of life, including death, dying, decay, and what is dark and hidden deep within our very natures. Yet in our modern culture, we spend so much time in denial, concocting ways to avoid death, refusing to allow nature to be true. We've lost so much wisdom as a result. You're being invited to address the areas in your life that no longer serve and that need to die, without a promise of what will take its place. Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking like the caterpillar who has no idea how to become a butterfly? You must surrender the process of metamorphosis. You must make room for the miracle, while at the same time not demanding certainty. The magical death goddess Morgan offers you the alignment task of self-inquiry. What death are you resisting right now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How has fear ruled your choices? Who could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms? That's a big one. Your magic is so much stronger than you think. You can do this. Your dreams depend on it. Morgan will be with you every step of the way. I know that's very challenging for Aquarius because Aquarius's nature is to disconnect. It's just to leave deuces. And so for you to let things die because they're not working anymore and to perhaps connect in a different way is probably very scary. But it's that time. Pluto's in your sign. Make it a little easier for yourself. Let it burn. All right, Pisces. Lovely, peaceful Pisces. Iris, communication, also upside down. Alignment message for Pisces. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 is about manifestation. Okay, so Pisces. You're facing a moment when communication between you and others may have become disconnected. Perhaps people are withholding information from you or are not being clear about their motives. Now is the time to ask for clarity and to get yourself clear. If you're sitting on the fence and are ambivalent about your direction, say that. Your alignment task is to say no to playing games, no to coercion, manipulation, and covert intentions. Take a straightforward attitude. Don't be afraid to hear what might disappoint you. Be clear and demand the same from others. The messenger goddess, Iris, knows the importance of clear communication and she urges you to speak up for yourself. If you come from a family or an environment or cultural history where you may have not have had a voice, this might seem like you're yelling, but that's all right. Times are changing and now is not the time to be shy. It's okay to feel awkward or flustered, but the goddess Iris brings her powers of clarity, says it's your turn to be heard, so gather your courage. The people who are important to you in the long run will listen and witness you. Then you can engage in positive conversation that leads to heartfelt solutions. Even if your voice feels untrue and comes from a victim mentality, you must still speak what is inside you in order for you to heal and change it, or to find a way to the real truth. Let yourself be heard, and the great goddess will send strong teachers and wonderful allies for you. Powerful reading for Pisces. And Pisces, that's your astrology right now. You got some energies coming to kind of like, you know, sort of mess with, let's just say, you got energy right now that you can choose to step out of your own evolution or double down on your own evolution. That is my my moon, and so I get that. It's that time on Earth where we really show up and decide that we're going to speak our truth, try to be who we are as authentically as possible. Like, you understand you're not going to necessarily get it perfect and get it right, but It's not the time to be a little weak fishy and let other fishes swim on top of you. This is the time when you big fish and you swim and you puffer yourself up and you talk. Because you are actually the last one on the zodiac, the one that knows the most. You're the most experienced sign in the entire zodiac, Pisces. So we need you to own it, you know? Okay, that's all I have for this evening. Thank you all so much for being here. I will upload this to YouTube, and if you're just joining me, I think you just come in where I am, so you can go back to the beginning and watch the beginning about what this full moon in Capricorn means for all of us. Watch the reading for all of us and what it means for you according to your sign. More than anything, y'all, be compassionate and kind towards yourself and towards others. It is a most molding time on earth. And when I say that, a lot gets done on earth under pressure. And Capricorn is a very disciplined, hardworking sign. So if you are willing to decide that what's going on in your life right now is for your greatest growth and your highest evolution, and it's your job to get with the program and to allow the beautiful blessings to flow to you, you will be amazed at how much better your life can be. It does not mean that you don't still experience life. Life happens on life's terms. It means that you choose to be part of the solution as you go through it. And then your quality of living improves. Yes, it's beautiful. Okay. Thank you all so much for being here with me. I love each and every one of you. And if you would like a private reading, if you would like a reading with your natal chart so you can find out where the planets and where the stars were when you were born, so you can find out a little bit more about perhaps what you're here to do and what works well for you and what doesn't, send me a direct message and we can schedule a natal reading. Thank you. Also subscribe to my YouTube. And love on yourself. I think that's it. I'm out. I love you.